It's incredible how your youth, when you get impacted like that, it steers you. It creates the opportunity in the direction that you go. I didn't grow up knowing that I wanted to be a meteorologist. I actually didn't even think about my name being connected at all. But when I think back, there were some cool storms, and I thought that weather was fascinating. But I actually wanted to be a veterinarian for a long time because I loved my cat growing up. Then beyond that, I thought maybe I would, when I realized that for veterinarians, you had to like maybe give shots and things like that. I'm like, okay, maybe veterinarian's not for me. So I went into journalism. That was my first stab at school. And I was in the regular journalism program, and I wanted to be a writer, maybe for the Wall Street Journal, the Boston Globe, something like that. And I got to the end of my communications degree, and I wanted to graduate right away. And they said, you know what, if you switch to broadcasting, that might get you out a little quicker. So I switched to broadcasting, got out of school, got the degree, and I started working at a TV station. The main meteorologist, it was a guy named David Apple in Portland, Oregon. He had to have triple bypass surgery. And I was a writer at the TV station at the time. And they said, who are we going to get to fill in to do weather? And in walked Amy Freeze. They say, Freeze, come over here. How about you fill in doing the weather? I'm like, I know nothing about the weather. That's okay, we'll teach you. So the way they taught me, Brett, you're gonna die because you've been in TV stations, you know exactly. I was this newbie, rookie, whatever. On Friday and Saturday nights, after the newscast was over, they would have me stand there and talk about the weather. So I was practicing on literally the rest of the crew's time on a weekend night. It made me very unpopular from the get-go. And so then I enrolled in school. I went to Portland State University, started to get that appetite for weather, and worked on a second degree. Eventually, when I was in the East Coast in Philly, one of the benefits at NBC at the time was you could go back to school and they'd pay for it. So I looked up the most expensive school at University of Pennsylvania. They had an environmental science degree, and that's where I got my master, was University of Pennsylvania, because they were taking the tab for me. So it's interesting how we're directed in these different paths. Tell me about your first job.